Not like that. Okay, Amanitya play drums for Rosemary.
Arjun that play guitar and I sing.
I don't live this.
Okay. How do you define your band and the music it plays?
What's the question?
How do you
define the band and the music?
Music. Okay. So music is basically just all-rounded music. Generally, you find pop music in the core of it. I mean, it's basically melody driven. They don't usually concentrate on technical, not much on the technical aspect. But yeah, it's basically pop, heavy pop music. That's what we try to do.
When was the band formed? How was it formed? What is the story been?
We went to school and we played for about a few years with another drummer, Jason.
I used to play keyboard at that time.
Yeah, in school, and then we got together with Jason and played and started playing college competitions. And yeah, and then Jason had to leave for Singapore, and then we went out there, and then, yeah, that's it.
So about a year since.
Yeah, I joined like in November. Last year.
When did you change your name from Sliver to Rosemary? Why?
In December in 2007, just before Murray.
Just after movie.
No, we played.
Murray and Rosemary? Oh shit.
Yeah, just because it was a name of a Nirvana song. And even though we were slowly changing our music as well, so after you hear our music, it sounds nothing like Nirvana. All of other pops but not Nirvana pop. That's for sure. So yeah.
So why Rosemary?
I mean, it's just the name is basically just for identification. I mean, you don't need to have some name with a meaning behind it. You don't have to have that. It's just for identification. You know how people want to know you are.
Basically, the music that has to get to connect to you more than just.
So if I ask you why is your name your name? It's just your name. You know, people have to know you by something, right? So.
What are the influences of the music?
They've changed, considerably over the few years. Like the last 2 years, we started off as a Nirvana pop. I'm scared to admit that, but
I think you learn, like you grow,
mature basically, mature. Like what you were 2 years back, you wouldn't be the same person now, would you?
If you did, then that's something.
Yeah.
It's all about change.
I mean, if we're the same 2 years from now, then there's no point in doing anything. We have to evolve, right?
So in the influences in your whatever as it's changing, has there been any Indian artists or Indian?
Yeah, for sure.
You've been influenced by the psychedelic aspect of Indian music. If you
Explain that. Can you please explain?
Yeah, like in Indian music, you start with something and you stay with that, that feeling or that emotion that you're trying to convey through your music. That's what we take from Indian music. You don't as much take the scales or the rags or something like that. We take the emotion behind it. That's what inspires us.
It kind of adds like a feel to the song, that an Indian touch kind of.
If you listen to it, it's quite like, it's a little subtle, it's not very on the face,
subtle,
but you can get it. And like, Ashwin listens to a lot of like, used to
Ravi Shankar.
So you can kind of get those like notes and those kind of like licks as such coming in like
the modes.
In the mode coming in like in the middle of the songs and in parts and shit. So yeah, there is.
Can you give us an example of what talking about the psychedelic part. From any other Indian artist, can you give us an example?
I think it's got a lot to do with effects.
Yeah, we use Kanpura a lot, which you can find in music. You find Kanpura, like it's the constant roll instrument, that's the second move. That's what we started using now. And we, like another aspect of the film music is that we don't have, like in some songs of ours, we don't have actual chord progressions. It's on one chord, it's on one note, and we're just taking everything around that.
Yeah, it just keeps going into.
That's what we. Same thing what I said. We don't concentrate. The highest priority for our band is the music, like the emotion that anyone perceives of our music. You might feel something. You might feel something different.
It's the kind of experience.
That's what. Yeah, we don't want you to think what we want you to think. You know what I mean? We're not imposing anything on the listener. That's what we hope to do. What we intend to do. We want you to think for yourself when you listen to the music.
And like take whatever you want from it. Take whatever you want.
So apart from Indian classical, are you influenced by Western classical?
Not really. Again, influence more about pop music, like in general. Alternative music. We are basically an alternative band. Like you can go as far as to say progressive because we are alternative. Like, progressive comes under that. Everything comes under alternative. So we don't want to, say we're progressive or we experiment. We don't want to stick to alternative. You don't know.
I mean,
you
if
might-
you progress,
you don't-
that's just kind of
Yeah,
given.
we're a progressing alternative. If you want to say that.
Um, what are the lyrical influences of the band? Do you write in particular issues or
Not really. I mean, we don't. We go more on the sounding of words and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, like I told you before, the music that comes first, the lyrics come second for us. We don't pay as much importance to the lyrics as much to the music because that's what the line or the melody, what people remember, not the words that you're saying. Otherwise, people will just be, having spoken word to us instead of playing music. Lyrics or so.
It's like when you watch us, the emphasis is not really on what you're like words you're hearing. It's on the entire package that
It's on the melodies
on
and
the stage.
the whole thing. That's what we try to do. That's what we want to do.
which are the Indian bands, Indian music bands that you like and you enjoy listening to?
Like a recent got into it. He's like I used to listen to that a lot. I mean, like this, but Other, can you close the door? Other, can you close the door? Like kind of like, can you keep the door closed? Can you like, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like started out listening to like when I got into the whole Indian music thing. So, like zero. At that time I used to listen to almost like anything good that came out. Like there's this Xenon song that I really liked called Departure. Then a lot of initial like resurrection gigs, where you saw like where I saw Mindstand, DR, and then Third Sovereign. Then Anapod came and just like killed everyone in the venue, and then Stride came, and then Skin Cold was like this huge, thing, like I was really impressed with his band by the end of the year. So a lot of Indian bands actually, but then after a while, I've realized now that it's really filtered out a lot, and now I find myself listening to very little Indian music, and I don't know why it's like this. Maybe the standard is dropped. I've seen the standard drop a little from what I used to listen and what I used to watch, and yeah, I'm gonna say the standard has dropped.
It's a lack of venues. There's no place for anyone to play like there was before. I mean, even I came when we got into the scene. Like Raz was almost, like about to shut. Like I really was there for the last 6 months of Raz, which was really sad. I mean, before we could actually get into it, it was all gone. You have places like Hard Rock and stuff, and stuff doesn't really happen there. You won't actually get to see good stuff there unless it's like
Lots of bands.
there's no underground stuff happening anywhere apart from now Space Jam, which could become something really awesome for everyone.
Apart from venues, are there other problems that the scene is facing right now?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, one thing people need to realize is, you make your killer music, okay, unless you market it, it's just gonna stay in your jam room. Whether it's, playing a gig is obviously a way of marketing it as well. You don't need to look at it in the whole sellout point of view, because selling out is only when you're doing something you don't like for money. And so marketing is very, very essential to get your music out, because if people aren't going to listen to your music, then what's the point? So, and the thing is, for marketing, you need money, and money is only with companies who don't want to invest in English music in a country like India. So that's a big, big problem.
I think that people just need to be more open-minded.
To original music.
But it's changing now. There's this
Yeah.
soundboard which looks like that the future will be brighter. But it's just a matter of time. Like if you go back 10 years from now, you wouldn't have as many bands as you have now. Playing the kind of music they're playing. You wouldn't have that 10 years ago. Now, like every second friend of yours is in a band or something like that. So that's good. That's good. But yeah, just the authorities need to be more open-minded. That's what I mean. More than anything else.
There's a like if you see the number of women in the music scene, not just as artists, even as audience, they're they're totally outnumbered by men, totally. So, what do you see as the reason behind, all this?
I think it's really simple to tell what the reason is because
Not a lot of girls like.
even if they do, they wouldn't actually take the effort to, come in. And if they've been for one show, it's like they never want to go back there again because it's just like a pool of sweaty bodies. It's like the mosh pits and all that. I think it really turns them off really bad. But you still find girls, but
It's a more for pop and
But I mean, that's the same all over the world. So,
yeah.
like, there is always a.
yeah, just the whole ratio difference there, like the scale difference there.
You played few shows right outside city, like very few shows, but but you have played. What do you think is the audience? As in, how different is the audience in Bombay from the other cities? Have you know, since this is a place which is more more towards the Bollywood side and towards the commercial music. What do you think about the Bombay audience compared to the other audience from the other cities?
It's all different. Like the audience of Bombay is much different from Bangalore, is much different from Pune and Delhi and everything like that. So Delhi is we haven't played there, but yeah, but
Bangalore was the
Bangalore
liveliest.
was
They were really, really like they were so open-minded about their music. Like just whoever was playing, I don't know if this is just ignorance or open-minded, but like they were enjoying it. Everyone who was playing, and Pune was a little like initially
was
they were
still
a little,
the last time we played wasn't that bad, but before that, like
No, it's
Campus Rock
wild.
Idol,
No, it's wild.
everything. Now is rather impatient.
It was more like
yeah, they were
Bombay.
very patient.
It was more like Bombay.
Yeah, Pune was
Yeah.
more like Bombay, but
Well,
yeah, Bombay is great. I mean, it's
Yeah,
always,
but that's the beauty of Bombay, right? Everyone's a chew. It's the beauty of it.
uh,
So, what are the major changes that you've noticed at the scene? You've been involved not just as musician but as audience for some time at least. So, what are the changes that you noticed in the music scene in these few years?
Emphasis on original music.
Yeah.
It's changed like crazy. I remember,
Every
like,
band wants to play original music now.
just kick ass now.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is really awesome.
Like that really wasn't the case before.
That's the best thing that's happened.
That's the most hardcore change. I mean, apart from the bad change that bad shut down.
Yeah, the whole decline, it just happened. It was just bad timing. You can just say that because everyone was like on this whole new wave of original music, and it just everything just goes down from there. I mean, it's just sad. It's
Because
really
of one
sad.
it just stopped.
It's like you finally get an erection and the girl goes away. That kind of analogy.
I don't know what to talk
The last question is, what are the future plans for the band? Are you guys signing up on record label? Are you looking for a record label? Album, indie? What?
Well, right now we're like pretty much finishing up our 6th song.
Yeah, we just want to take it slow now.
We're gonna record it. And once we have it like on, like a hard copy or soft copy, whatever, then we will see what happens.
We
We're
don't,
having a concrete plan.
we don't have a plan right now. We are a band without a plan. So,
Just record it and spread it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we can do a lot of like marketing on our own, wherever we can.
but we still want to get better. We
Yeah.
need to get a lot better. So,
Yeah.
So, thinking. Tell us, we already asked.
About the scene.
No, about your music, about stuff like that.
Your personal influences.
You can go one by one. Personal influences.
Many bands ranging from Pink Floyd to Tool, Porcupine Tree, all started from Nirvana, stuff like Nickelback and all that. It all started from there. But yeah, there are lots of bands.
For me, it started with pop music, Madonna, Michael Jackson, that kind of stuff. I mean, I still really love that music. Still really do. Because it's the whole thing of melody, it sticks in your head. That any music with really driving melodies really inspired me from anyone, from Madonna to A.R. Rahman, really that kind of stuff. And then you have pop music as well. But what's more important is the melody, which, yeah, basically melodic music. Maybe that sounds a bit clear.
Is that a scene?
Yeah.
That's right.
Mike बंद हो गया. Your personal.
Yeah, so I play, I listen to a lot of things. I'm not even doing that. But when I play, there's a lot of what I hear drummers do from like bands like Incubus, a little bit of like what Danny does. Then I also listen to like a lot of other kind of the whole screamo and the post-hardcore side. So there's a lot of interesting like drumming ideas that they've done. So I tried to put that up as well. And a lot of Floyd, but you can't really see that. So yeah, more or less.
You guys played your first show at the Poddar gig, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were the first band.
Yeah.
I remember. I was there that day. So after that, till Bangalore, when I saw you last, Bangalore NLS. After that, I've not seen you till now.
Very there from that.
Yeah, Mudai. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Mudai was the last. Mudai was 2 songs. I was sad. Anyway, till Mudai, the transition has been vast. the musical transition has been vast. As you said, like 2 years down the line, you will think about progressing, changing, evolving. You know, that's something really good. That's something that every musician should do. So the question is like, how long do you think yourself you will be able to do this?
It depends, how much you learn. The more you learn, the more you evolve. So you just want to keep learning. That process never stops.
Like music itself is so
How can
vast
you?
that
No one can ever say that they've mastered the art of music. No one who has ever lived can say that. So the more you learn, the more you.
I guess until you put your instrument down, like for good,
You're just keeping on.
because it's like a set of ideas.
It's like
just
your
keep
brain.
refreshing.
You evolve every day. You just don't know. It's like you can't be the same person you are. Like even when you are like 80, that would just suck for you. So
I guess it just go on and on.
it's the same way with art. Any kind of art form. You just evolve.
And also about the sound of the band, you said that you just added, Tanpura kind of effects in the song. Is it going with the alternative image of the band, or is it completely changing it, or
As in, I mean, we're just putting these ideas together.
experimenting?
And yeah, so
You like when the EP comes out, you probably
yeah,
have
like
a
you
good
have a
idea
good idea of what's
going on. You have a bad idea. So
What's the plan with the EP?
we're not sure yet. It'll just give us a few months.
months.
Yeah, it'll find it.
It should be out.
It'll be
hopefully by the
there,
end
but
of the
it's
year.
a short thing that we're going to do. We've not decided when and where we're going to